Hey guys, welcome back again to my channel. My name is Amina Benson. I'm a legal practitioner, a wife, and a mom of two beautiful girls. Yes, I have given birth and I gave birth on the 14th day of February 2024 on Valentine's Day. Yes, my Valentine's gift from God came. It arrived on that day, and I am so happy. I'm so grateful that I have dropped my load. Like I was tired. I got to a point where I was tired. I was with the heat, everything. I was so tired. Sometimes I could lie down on the floor. The floor will not be enough. The bed is not enough. I was so tired. I was so done. Okay, so I'm gonna say how this happened. Okay, so um on I can't remember when now, but prior to 14th of February, before I gave birth, I think 2 weeks before then, I went to do a scan, and the scan said I was the scan, the report was like, oh, the sonographer was like, oh, madam, you are you're almost due, like very soon your baby will be out. In fact, he said next week, and not the week I gave birth now, but it was like next week your baby will be out. And I was like, I beg you, because during my daughter's time, my first daughter, I I went for antenatal, my usual weekly antenatal, and the nurse was like, "Oh my God, madam, is your hospital bag ready? Are you ready? Are you set? This baby's head is down. This one, that one, that one, that one, that one, and the baby can come out anytime. Are you ready? Are you set?" As I then had not bought anything for my child. So I went back home. I told my husband, and my husband was panicking. He was like, but it's not up to 9 months now. Why is she putting too much fear in you? The way the woman said it, I was even scared, like baby will come out almost immediately. Then I went for scan, and the scan gave me a date in September. So that's antenatal was in August, and the scan gave me a date in September. So I was a little bit relaxed, but that now pushed us to go buy stuff for my baby as at then. So when I went for this one, and the sonographer was like, "Yeah, the baby is coming out next week." I was like, "Oh, okay." I took it like, okay, it's a normal thing. They always want to ginger somebody. So, but right now there's nothing to ginger, because I was already in the process of nesting. I was nesting already. Although that alone, that report I got made me hasten up my nesting process. So as I then had not made my hair, nothing. So I was like, okay, part of nesting is making my hair too. So I went, and after that after that appointment, I went to see my doctor. The doctor was like, okay, there's no need to check, the scan has already told you what's up and what's not, so you just have to prepare yourself. Although they now gave me a due date. The scan gave me a due date of 26th of February. Okay, so I was like, okay, fine, no problem. So since my doctor didn't check my Okay, so since my doctor didn't check me, and she was like, okay, let's go with the scan result and all of that, I was like, okay, no problem. I went back, I started preparations, and I went back home, I started preparations, and then, but because I was going to work, I didn't see the need to be fast at my preparations. My first daughter, I was at home most of the time, so I was anxious, I was eager. When the nurse told me that, I was anxious. I wanted to meet my baby, because I was even tired. I wanted to meet my baby, but this time around I was going to work every day. I told myself I was going to take a break. I wasn't going to go on maternity leave until the day I'll give birth. And good thing for me is my office and the hospital, they are not so far. I said, even if I'll give birth, even if the labor starts in the office, I will take a boat and go to the hospital. It's not far from my workplace. So I was like, okay, fine, that's what I'll actually do. I'm not going to go on maternity leave. So that um that being said, I kept going to work. I was still working. So the light was too much. I had to close the curtain. Okay, so that being said, I was still going to work. I was still working. I didn't just want to sit at home and be too anxious. I was supposed to take maternity leave, but I felt like if I take maternity leave, I'll just be at home and be unnecessarily anxious, and I would just want to, like, what am I even doing in the house? So I kept working, and then I went for my maternity shoot and all of that. So on the 13th, no, I went for my maternity shoot on the 1st of February. Yes, I did my maternity shoot on the 1st of February. After my maternity shoot, I went and got some stuff from the market. I bought some things, some baby items, bought for myself and things that I needed for delivery and all of that. And after which, I had to book down the girl that stays in my house for to help make my hair. So I had to make my hair because I didn't want to, because I was using wig. I didn't want to start using wig when people come. Like most of the time you just be tired to wear a wig, plus the weather was too hot. Wig was not even going to help anything. So I'd already told her I was going to make my hair. So we now started making my hair on, I think that was on the 11th, 12th, 13th. Yes, it was on the 11th. I made my hair on the 11th. That was on a Sunday. On the 12th, I went to the office. I was normal. I was okay. I went to the office. Then on the 13th, I was having a chat with my friend, and she was like, "Oh, that she's expecting that I would give birth on the 14th, because her son is also 14th of February. She expects me to give birth on the 14th. So that 13th, no, on the 12th, we were chatting, and I was like, it's still possible. It can still happen. We don't know. So on the 13th, I went to the office. No, on the 13th, I was supposed to go to the office, but on the 12th, I took the file because I'm a practicing lawyer. So on the 12th, I took the file I was supposed to go to court with on the 13th to the house. So on the 13th, myself and my husband drove me to court. And he was so rough when he was driving on that 13th. He was late. I was late. So he was trying to beat traffic. He was trying to beat everything beatable on the road. So he was rough. And as soon as I got to court, I just jumped down. I was like, I beg, thank God I got to this place safely. So I was walking in, my friend called. How are you? I just remembered you. I said, let me call you. How far? How far? I was like, I'm okay. I'm fine. Everything is fine. I said, have you not? I said, not yet. I'm still expecting, though. I know it's not going to pass this month. I'm still expecting. So while I was there, I went to court after my matter in Port Harcourt, yeah, where I practice. There's a common room for lawyers where lawyers go to relax after the day's work in court. Most lawyers go there to relax, some go to eat lunch and whatnot. So I just went there. I had a conversation with my friend. She was coming to meet me there. Then I got there. I just sat down there and I was waiting for my friend to come. And I started feeling some kind of way in my stomach, like cramps, like menstruation. I say, what kind of menstrual cramp is this one? Me that I'm heavily pregnant like this, what kind of menstrual cramp is this? This cannot be. It was so light. It was very, very light, honestly. And I was like, I just jokingly, I called my husband. I was like, babe, it's like this baby is coming out today. Oh. And he was like, baby's coming out today. What do you mean by baby's coming out today? I was like, because of the way I'm feeling. I don't understand how I'm feeling. Oh. And then he was like, okay, how are you feeling? I said, okay, I cannot explain, but this is how I'm feeling. You have to come and take me to the hospital. And then he was like, okay, no problem, I am coming. After he said that, I'm coming, and mind you, my friend was already coming to see me there too. So I was waiting for my friend, I was waiting for my husband. Anybody that comes first, I'll see the person and we'll talk and everything. So, but while I was there, my friend came first and she was like, babe, you even have time to go and sit down and make your hair. This girl, you are strong, go and all of that. We were just talking. I was like, babe, there's the way I'm feeling in my stomach. Oh, I don't understand. It's like this baby's about to come. Say, I beg, which kind this baby's about to come? What do you mean? I said, I'm feeling somehow like it's me that own my body. I know how I'm feeling. I know what my body is telling me right now, and I've not felt like this before. So this is how I am feeling. So she was like, maybe just calm down. Maybe it's not so serious. I'm like, okay, I hope so. I hope it's not so serious. So I sat down there. The pain was slight. It was light, very, very light, and it wasn't so painful. So I just overlooked. So while I was sitting down there, it was increasing and increasing. So my husband came and he was like, how far? That he thought I'll be rolling on the floor. I said, rolling on the floor, okay, why will I be rolling on the floor? He said, I don't look like somebody that is even in labor. I said, labor is a gradual process. It comes with cramps. That is what I'm feeling. He said, okay, I should come, let's go to the hospital now. I said, okay, calm down. My friend was like, I beg, she's not in any labor. Calm down, go. She now said I should discharge him, let him go, we have gist. I chose gist over going to the hospital now. I sat down, we were gisting, we were talking. Both of us were just gisting and talking while I was still feeling my cramps. It was coming and going, coming and going. At the end of the day, after our discussion, everybody went to their offices. I went to my office, she went to her own office, and I was in the office. The level of pain I was feeling this time around became more intense at the office. Okay, it was not that baby pain I was feeling again in court. Now in the office, it's a different kind of pain. So I was like, I told my secretary, I was like, see the way I'm feeling. And she said, go to the hospital now. I was like, no. If I go to the hospital now, it won't go down well. Let me just chill a bit. Let me see the progression. So we closed and I stayed till the end, the close of work. We closed and I started going home. When I boarded a bus going my direction, and as soon as I entered that bus, I think that was where the calm now increased. Oh my god, it was hell. Like I was in pains, but nobody knew I was in pains. It was serious. It became serious, and I don't know how to explain, but the pain was different from what I felt in the office. In the office, I could still stand up, I could still move, I could still stand and talk. But here, inside the bus, I wasn't, like, it was a different kind of pain. Like it had progressed from what it was before to another level. So I still managed. I got to my junction, even though the driver was trying to be funny, and I was not even in the mood. I was not in the mood at all. So I got to my junction and then I picked another vehicle. Okay, before I picked another vehicle to my house, um the there's this girl I used to do my nails from. She now saw me. I was like, you said you were going to come and make your nails, you didn't come again. We were like, this is not the time, please. This is actually not the time. And she was like, what's wrong with you? I said, I don't know how I'm feeling right now. So she brought a chair for me at the junction. I should just sit down and catch my breath first. So I sat down. A vehicle came. I entered and I got to the house. I'd already called my husband. Okay, I called my sister-in-law that's a doctor, and she was like, how are you feeling? I said, I just told her, I explained to her what I was feeling and how far it has gone, the progression and everything. And she was like, take your bag and start going to the hospital. That's labor. So I was like, okay. On my way to the house. When I get to the house, I'll pack my stuff and go to the hospital. So I called my husband. My husband was like, okay, where are you? I told him where I was and where I was on my way to the house. And so he was like, okay, he's going to the house too. Let's meet at the house. I said, okay, fine, no problem. So while I was inside the car, I was going home. I was praying. I was because it was increasing. Like, that's all I can say. The pain was increasing. It became different from the earlier pain. It became different. So I was in pain, sha. I got to the house. I ran upstairs. I had my bath, and I just picked up my bag. I called the girl that one of the girls that stays in the house, and she was like, I was like, I think I'm going to give birth today. And she was like, wow. She followed me. She helped me, picked up her own bags, carried my bag, and then my husband came, and that was how we we were actually making fun. Like, how did just you that just left this house, like, did you get everything was just in a hurry. So I entered the vehicle and we got to the hospital. And then when we got to the hospital, I had already called my doctor, and my doctor was like, okay, start coming, we're in the hospital. So I got to the hospital. They said they wanted to check me. Okay, so I've actually my first daughter, that checking was like one thing I never liked at all. So when they told me they wanted to check me, I was like, wow. So I had to go through this pain again. So I laid down on the bed. They gave me a bed. I laid down on the bed. They told me to change my clothes. I should take off my clothes and tie wrapper. If I came with wrapper, I told them, yeah, I came with wrapper. I should tie the wrapper and then lie down, open your legs, let's check. And so I did that, and they actually put their hand and tried to check if I was dilating, and that shit was mad. I was, oh my god. And then the doctor now asked me, how long has this been? And then I explained to her how long it has been and when it started and all of that, because I was actually timing it with this contraction timer. I was timing it. So I explained to her everything that happened anyways. So while I was there, the nurse was like, you are actually in labor, but your cervix is not down, so you have to start walking. I was like, wait, how does this thing even work? With this mad pain, they're telling me my cervix is not down, and what am I supposed to do? I was already like, it was crazy, because they said, okay, I should start moving up and down the hospital and all of that. I said, oh my god, okay, this thing I used to see on TikTok, and I used to see on social media people doing, so I have to do this now. So I started moving up and down the hospital from east to west, north to south. I was just moving up, and I called my mom, and she was on her way to the hospital that night. So when she got there, she was like, and she thought that I'd already gone in for delivery and all of that. They said the reason is not, I'm not dilating. I'd not gone down very well. So that was how I was just moving up and down. So while we were there, my husband was not comfortable with the pain I was going through. So he was like, let's talk to the doctor if they have any plan for if there's an emergency or something. So he went to talk to the doctor while I was still outside trying to walk up and down. And then the doctor came, and they came together, and they're like, another lady is coming in for CS. So the CS will she has been in labor for a long time, and she cannot give birth, so she's coming in for CS. So my husband was like, okay, doctor, can my wife also do CS? Like, if we observe her and she's not dilating fast, can she also go in for CS? So he was like, okay, no problem. So the lady came, and I could see a different level of pain from the one I was going through. Like, I thought I was in pain. When she came, I was like, what? She was shouting. She was shouting. I was in pain, but I was feeling her own pain. So I went outside. I was still walking, feeling my own pain, trying to endure my own pain. I was like, oh my God, and all of that. And then the doctor called that, okay, they should prepare me too for the CS in case they come out and my this thing is not yet ready. They can bring me in for CS also. So I'm like, oh, okay. I laid down. They did everything they could do, and then so the lady went in. While she was inside, my own this thing progressed. Like, it was, the pain was mad. I can never forget the pain had progressed to another level. I was feeling another level of pain altogether. So at the point they were done with the lady and they brought her out, I was going to go in, and the doctor was like, I'm still contracting. Oh, there's still contractions going on. Whether should they leave me to go through the entire process? And then it was looking like, I don't know what happened, Sha, but the Sha just gave me the injection, anesthetic injection, and I don't know, I still don't know how to pronounce that thing till today. So they gave me the injection, and I laid down, and they opened me up, and they brought out the baby. While they brought out the baby wasn't even crying, she was just there. So the doctor was like, they should beat her to cry. So they had to beat her, they just tapped her, and she started crying. So it was like I had overheard the nurses saying the baby is distressed and all of that. So it was even good that I even did the CS at the time I did it, because thank God, I don't know what would have happened, but I don't know why someone will go through so much pain and you are still not dilating. How? So I was thinking, because my first child, I gave birth through CS, my first child. That one happened because my water broke, but I was not in labor. Like, it was just flowing out, just kept flowing. I had to use, they asked me to, because before before I was ready to give birth, my my the doctor said, no, when I went for my last scan for my daughter, they said I had excess fluid in me. So when my water broke, I was just at home and my water broke, and then my bed was wet. So my husband was like, did you urinate on the bed? I was like, urinate me care. Why would I urinate on the bed? And then I was like, hey, are you sure my water did not break? And then he was like, oh, if your water broke, then that means you are going to go into labor soon. So let's get ready and go. Let's go to his family house, because his family house is close to the hospital where I registered then. So we got to his family house, and then I spoke to his sister that is a doctor, and then she was like, okay, I should start trekking. I should just be walking and walking and walking. So that day we went to the hospital. While in the midst of the whole trek and all that, we found ourselves in the hospital where I registered, and they admitted me that night. They had to monitor if labor will come. but labor wasn't even coming. It was not coming at all. As at when I went to the hospital, they said I was just 3 centimeter dilated, and then the labor was not coming. So I was in the hospital throughout that night. They now discharged me the following day. So, but the fluid was still leaving my body. So the doctors were like, the fluid is where the child lives in. So if the fluid keeps going, if it keeps leaving while we are waiting for your due date, we don't know how much will leave and if it will be able to sustain the baby. So it's better for us to just do a CS and bring out the baby. So I was like, okay, no problem. My mom was even supporting, like, okay, let them just do the CS, let them just bring out the baby and all of that. And that was how I did CS for my daughter. And then this one just happened. Like this particular one, I didn't even plan to do a CS, but it just happened that I had to do it. So when the baby came out, they said, oh, the baby was in distress and all of that. So I just did it, and then that was how my baby came out. And ever since, I have been battling with pains and pain. The second CS is like very, very painful. Very painful. I cannot lie. I cannot lie. It's really, really painful. But thank God we're done with that one. Pregnancy is over. We're now at another phase, which is nursing the baby and postpartum stress and all of that. So that's my delivery story. I hope you guys enjoyed the story, and please do not forget to subscribe. Please subscribe, like, and share my videos. It's funny how somebody just from being a babe, you are now a mother, not just one but two. But thank God, everything went smoothly. The operation went well, though I'm not fully strong. I'm not fully strong, but the operation was successful. Everything went well, and then tada, I'm here to share my story. So thank you guys for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, share my videos, and comment. Please, how was your own delivery experience? Please comment. Thank you guys. Bye. Peace out.